Now, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you guys can notice that NFTs have been having some problems here recently, largely due to the fact that it just got really oversaturated really fast. In today's video, I'm going to try to show you guys how to survive this crash and future NFT crashes in the future. So if you guys are new, drop a like, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to understand is how markets cycle. This can be attributed to just about any asset in the world, including real estate, stocks, gold, you name it. Every single market has some type of cycle, and usually it can be attributed to the fact that sometimes there's a little too much buy volume and there's not enough sell volume, or vice versa. There are a million reasons why a cycle could be disrupted, but in this case with NFTs, so many NFTs, sort of sprouted out of the ground out of nowhere, and there just weren't enough people to continue buying them. With Ethereum gas fees and obviously the complete oversaturation of the Solana market in around a week, it became very obvious that not every NFT project was going to sell out. Not every NFT project was even going to survive above mint price. And if you don't know what that is how much it costs to buy it from the website. So if you want to buy an NFT the minute it comes out from the developers, you might spend 2 Solana. A lot of the times, the prices are actually headed downwards, where people will be selling at a loss at 1 Solana because there's just not enough buyers at 2. And what happens after that is the floor keeps going down. So how can we avoid this, and how can we protect ourselves in the future? All right, so one of the first ways to do this is to buy blue chip NFTs. And if you don't know what those are, I did a video recently on the channel. You guys should check it out, link down below. And I go into a little bit more depth over there. But essentially, a blue chip NFT is some NFT that has a very high value from the start, low volatility, is gonna be here to stay, and is a trailblazer in some way, shape, or form. Now, the number one blue chip NFT that comes to my mind, of course, are the Ethereum punks. They've been around a while. They go for about $400,000 a piece, and I don't think they're going to zero anytime soon. Now, I know most people watching this video, including myself, cannot afford that. So how can we sort of do this with Solana and other networks out there? Well, there are projects out there like the Degen Apes. There are a lot of other ones, Solana Monkey Business as well, which I would consider to be blue chip NFTs. Again, these are going to be more expensive. These probably would be a larger budget, but definitely do keep these in mind. Again, I don't own these. I cannot afford them, but if you can, I do think they're good to add to any portfolio, because they're probably going to be here to stay, and they're not going to head to zero during any crash. I think it's highly unlikely that Degen Apes, which go now for around 80 Solana, are going to be going for 10 tomorrow. It just seems very unlikely. So that is a nice foolproof way to add NFTs to your portfolio. On the OpenSea, website, or for the Ethereum network, of course, there are a lot of other examples out there. Of course, the apes on there as well are pretty big. There are tons of those, especially high quality artwork on OpenSea. All of those I would consider to be, in some way, shape, or form, a blue chip NFT. Another thing to possibly think about is the types of NFTs you're buying. Now, again, you probably want to have a good variety here. Don't buy all expensive ones, because if the market takes a slight dip, you're probably going to be down, a few hundred and or thousands of dollars. So the goal here is to have a variety where some NFTs work up, some work down at the same time, and in general, they follow the market as it goes up. That's the ideal scenario. But how can you, sort of ensure that this happens? Well, the best thing you could do is combine, sort of meme profile picture NFTs with actual utility NFTs, such as NFT gaming. There are a lot of these spaces which are kind of evolving here, including a lot of RPGs, which are taking up a lot of steam recently, especially on SOLANA for Solana. And I think that these are better long-term investments in a sense, because as long as that game stays around, these, tokens could appreciate in value, like kaiju cards, which, although right now we're going for under mint, I still believe have a very promising future. Also, charity is a big thing. Rogue Sharks, I know, are donating to shark-related and, fish-related charities and whatnot, so that is always good. Again, I think a very wide type of spread in which you're kind of covering every base. You have that meme profile picture kind of soul punk kind of style there. You also have, some type of blue chip in there. You have a charity related one, and of course a game or something that has really more of a function, virtual reality, anything like that. Another thing that comes to mind for me is activity. Guys, buy things that are active, things that have a Discord, things that have a Twitter, things that have, memes being posted on Twitter about them, things that people actually care about. And the number one example of this is Thugbirds, which are available on digitalize.market, and they're probably the most, at least in recent time, stable, Solana NFT because of how many people actually love these things. They're in everyone's profile picture. It's those birds with the sunglasses. They're funny looking, and honestly, I really feel like they have probably one of the most active communities, despite being a relatively small size and something that is kind of affordable. I mean, I would predict that these Thugbirds would become a blue chip NFT very soon. So they are exhibiting a lot of those great traits, especially, of course, the most important one being activity. The final thing, which I think I really shouldn't have to say, but is important to remember, and believe me, I've made this mistake myself as well, try to buy other assets. Don't just buy NFTs because they don't always stay around forever. Again, a lot of NFTs have crashed and burned, and in general, the market will move in cycles. So if your NFTs are performing poorly, but you have money invested in other cryptocurrencies that are doing other things, I think you'll be a lot better off. And there are so many cryptos out there that are working on different projects that are trying to accomplish different things on the blockchain that to invest every penny you have in NFTs is ridiculous. There is so much out there. A project I love is Veracity, which is working on patented protocols for like video ads and stuff on like YouTube and Twitch. I mean, there are so many cool projects out there, low market cap projects that, could easily 10x, 100x if you find the right one. Again, it's hard. I know it's not easy, but there are so many projects out there that I actively like. Of course, you have your classics. You have Ethereum. You have ICP. Internet Computer is a huge one. Obviously the whole Web 3.0 thing. You do have other, sort of NFT-ish things like Decentraland, Mana, where they're kind of building virtual like universes as opposed to like just trading virtual items. So there's so much out there, and really try to be diversified in any way you can, even if it's not just crypto, man. Even if it's stocks or any type of other asset out there, the best way to survive any NFT crash is to have money located somewhere else. Either you're earning it, from staking. There are ways for a, relatively small investment, you could earn, $5-10 a day from staking. Of course, some people earn even more than that. So there's a lot out there in the world of DeFi, in the world of finance and all of that. So just try to be educated on all those things, because again, NFTs are not going to last forever, at least some of them. I do believe that the market, the industry is always going to be here, but there are a lot of NFTs which will go underwater, I believe, in the near future. So again, definitely be careful, man. Try to buy projects which you think, have a good backing behind them. They're active. If you want to take a risk and go for something which is really cheap and you think could explode, by all means, go for it. I encourage a little bit of risk, but again, definitely be careful. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do believe that the best thing you guys could do is to try to have a diverse spread in your portfolio to prevent, an imminent crash and, losing, thousands of dollars on the day when crypto decides, okay, NFTs are going to take a little breather here for a couple of months, and, your whole OpenSea account, is crashing. Try to avoid that. That being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to check out my Webull link down below in the description if you guys want to get started trading on Webull. I'm telling you, it's like the easiest $20 you'll ever make. Link down below. Thank you guys so much. My name is Matt. See you all in the next one. Peace.